Well, good morning. It is March 1st, 2025, and last night we spent our first night at the Cracker Barrel parking lot.
When we pulled in last night, this place looked like an RV park. There was no less than 20 vans, RVs, everything you can imagine here. It was kind of hilarious. We were cracking up. But we are just outside of Scottsdale right now, and today's plan is just chores. We have a whole bunch of stops we have to make at the post office, at Best Buy, because I'm buying a MacBook finally, and Trader Joe's to pick up some more food.
And then we're going to head up to the Lake Roosevelt area. There's supposed to be some hiking, pretty views, all that good stuff.
And that's going to be our plan, to set up there for the week and work from there, do some hikes and all that jazz. But today, it's all about chores. So fast forward a few hours, and we are about 2 hours east of Phoenix, here at the Roosevelt Lake Recreation Area. We treated ourselves tonight. We booked a campsite at Chala Lake Campground. Definitely pronouncing that wrong. But we thought, it's the weekend, why not? And man, is it nice. So right now, we're just hanging out by the lake and letting Maya play in the lake and have fun. And for the rest of the night, I think we're just gonna hang out and relax.
Gonna do a little test here and see how cold the water is. It's cold. Oh my gosh. Maya does not feel cold, I swear. Not only did we decide to treat ourselves to a campground tonight, we also decided to treat ourselves to a steak. This is kind of our version of a date night. Well, good morning. Maya and I are enjoying a beautiful lake view from bed this morning. Let me show you what we're looking at. You know what we do first thing in the morning? Do we make coffee? Yeah! Yeah, we make coffee.
All right, good morning. Coffee is made and we are getting ready to head out. This has been a great place to stay. We've really enjoyed having a nice flat space to park in, a nice picnic table with cover to make coffee in the morning. It's a real treat. Now we're gonna head to Tonto National Monument and check out the two cliff dwellings. There's an upper and a lower one. We're going to explore that a little bit and then find a place to camp somewhere around the Roosevelt Lake here. That was Tonto National Monument's lower cliff dwellings.
There are two different trails you can do here, the lower cliff dwellings or the upper cliff dwellings. The lower is a self-guided hike, while the upper is a guided hike, and you have to book those in advance. And unfortunately, they are booked for the entire year.
The lower cliff dwellings are much smaller than the upper ones, as well as the upper ones are much more original. Back in the 60s, they tried to preserve the lower cliff dwellings. So there's a couple more modern walls and things like that made to look old, where the upper ones are untouched. So we just ate lunch at their really nice picnic area here, and now we're gonna head out and try to find a spot to set up camp for the week. Well, we finally found a site. We spent no less than 2 or 3 hours driving all around the Roosevelt Lake area, looking at every dispersed campsite in the area, and either all were taken or inaccessible by the van, or we didn't have enough Wi-Fi, enough cell signal to work from the next day. So we ended up at a designated camping area right on the lake called Bermuda Flat. It is pitch black out right now, otherwise I would show you around the site, but we are right on the water, and we're gonna set up base camp here for the week and work. But unfortunately, that is where I'm going to end the video here, as we have to work tomorrow morning. So if you've watched this far, thank you. I'm sorry for the abrupt end, but that's living in a van. That's van life. It happens like that sometimes. So if you want daily updates, you can give us a follow on Instagram or TikTok at captured_exploration. And we'll see you next week.